Good evening, hockey fans. For tonight's NHL matchup, as your Utah Hockey Club hopes to keep their playoff hopes alive tonight in a critical game against the Vancouver Canucks. Looking at the rosters for tonight's game, Utah hoping to shake things up a little, maybe bounce back from the game against Seattle. Keller, Kerfoot, Schmaltz on the top line, Cooley, Hayton, Gunther on the second, Kraus, McBain, Doan on the third, Carcone, Stenlin, Bukestad round out the forward group. Sergachev Marino on the top D pairing, Cole, Kesselring on the second, Mata, Dursey on the third, and Vamelka in net again, his 10th consecutive start for Utah. Looking over to Vancouver, Hoglander, Elias Pettersson the forward, and DeBrusque on the top pairing, Joshua, Suter, Garland on the second, Besser, Bluger, Sherwood on the third, O'Connor, Amon, and Lekaramaki on the third. Hughes and Hronik on the top D pairing, Marcus Pettersson and Myers on the second, Forbert and Mancini on the third line defense, and Lankinen in net for Vancouver. Opening draw was won back by Utah, just moved back into their own zone. They'll cut in right side. Puck immediately lost. Hughes now behind his own net with it. Vancouver manages to win in regulation tonight. That puts Utah 6 points back and will deeply hurt their chances. So, they probably should have won against Seattle. So, if they can at least, you don't want Vancouver to get a point tonight, but at the very least, if you can get a point, it's something. Cutting up the left side, Gunther trying to get one on net. That one will be saved away by Lankinen. Here comes Pettersson back up the other way, cuts left side, force dump this right far corner. Model get to it first, looking to clear. DeBrusque tries to keep that one in, but not able to. Long pass. Cooley will race for it. He'll get to it first in the right corner of the Vancouver zone. Pushes this one left side. Will be run back around to the right side point. Barely kept in by Dursey. Tries to throw that one at the net, but instead bounces all the way back down to the Utah end. Mata holds this one in his own zone. Sherwood back with pressure, launches this one up. No icing on that one. Will end up to the right side of the Vancouver zone. Kept in by Crouch, thrown at the net. That one bounces over. Fighting for it along the left side boards. Will be run back to McBain behind the net. Forbert trying to dig this one away for him. He'll pass this one up to Kraus. He'll push this one to the left side corner for Doan. Doan and Mancini fight for it. He'll give this one away back to the left side point. Rung around to Kraus behind the net. Just misses that pass barely. It'll bounce to Kesselring along the right side boards. Pass down to the right side point for McBain, lost, and this one rolls to the Utah end. 18-10 left in the first now. Sergachev behind his own net. He'll hold and wait as Utah and Vancouver both go for a change there. Be Marino cutting up through neutral ice. He'll dump this to the far left corner of the Vancouver end. Taken away there by O'Connor, I believe, and chipped right back. Here's Amon racing for it now. Trying to get something with it. It'll end up left side in the Utah zone. Nobody there but Utah to pick it up. Marino, the one to pick that one up. Launched into the Vancouver zone. Hronik will pick this one up as that one softly rolled on Lankinen. Hughes cuts out of his own zone. Quick pass cross to Lekaramaki. Drop back for Hughes. Cuts up left side. Throws one from an angle. That one will bounce up into the netting. Play blown dead. Vamelka playing his 10th game in a row tonight, which, on the one hand, he's playing great, but you got to think, looking at last year, Georgiev played 60 games for Colorado, has that first-round playoff run, and then struggled that next year. Got to wonder if Vamelka's going to have the same kind of issues moving forward, because this is a lot of games. Stauber's played fine when he's been in, so not sure why exactly they haven't been willing to play him. Just a left side draw in the Utah zone. Just rolls on Vamelka. He'll hold for the easy save there. But you got to wonder exactly what will cause Stauber to go in at this point. Left side draw in the Utah zone again. Kerfoot kicked out of the dot. Will be Suter and Schmaltz on the draw. One back by Utah. Push the left side corner around to the right for Keller. Can't quite hold that puck down. Myers a shot from the right side point. That one saved away. Another shot from an angle. That one pushed behind the net. Schmaltz not able to grab too much with it. Keller will fight for it along the right side boards. Picked up by Myers. Back down to Joshua, thrown to the net. That one pushed aside. Schmaltz will get to it first, right side corner. Looking to clear this one up to Keller. He will. Takes a bounce into neutralize for Marcus Pettersson. He'll move back to his own zone. Kerfoot, great pressure on him. Force him all the way back behind his own net. Vancouver will move out with control, though. Trying to get this one in the left side. Forced to ring this one around. Hoglander, the 1-2. Nobody there but Cooley to pick it up in the right side corner. Chip back to Hayton, trying to get a pass up to Gunther, but taken away and neutralized by Vancouver. Hughes back in the zone and cuts up through neutral ice. He'll dump this one in left side. Land up to the right side corner. Push back down the line now. Back to Hughes left side. Chipped up again. Trying to get something going behind the net is Hoglander. He'll keep control, pushing this one back down to the right side point for Feronik. Trying to get a tip there. Instead tips to Sergachev. He'll look to clear this one out right side. Big pressure there by Vancouver. Keeps this one tied up along the boards. Ultimately, this one taken away by Utah's. Game gets a little chippy along the boards there. Marino. He'll hold back in his own end. 16 left in the first. Great pressure there by Sherwood. Try and force something back in the Utah end. Dursey, a long pass up. He'll find Cooley, I believe. That one, McBain tries to get a centering feed there for Krause. Ultimately, null. Vancouver back up the other way. Sherwood tries to cut in right side. Gets a decent amount in, but taken away by Utah and cleared immediately. And that one, an offsides for Vancouver as it's dumped back in. And I believe whoever was cutting up the right side just did not see that one was pushed out. And simple little errors there by Vancouver. There's no way we're still no shots. Shots are either still we're either still shotless. It's 2-0 in favor of Utah, or it's 1-0 in favor of Utah because none of the numbers are the same. It doesn't shock me in the slightest. 15:42 left in the first. Back down, or it should be right side draw outside the Utah zone. If we'll cut away from Cooley on the bench, there we go. Or no, left side in the Vancouver end. Just completely off on that one. Kerfoot and can't see who Vancouver. Doesn't matter. Utah win this one back. It'll be Cole or Sergachev down at the left side point, trying to chip this one around. Kerfoot will grab it in the left side corner, taken away by Vancouver, but taken right back by Utah. Sergachev throws this one from the left side point. That one saved away. I believe that one hit Myers there and bounces out. Sergachev trying to fight forward along left side boards. Ultimately bounces into the slot, but taken away by Vancouver just in time. Myers looking to clear this one out left side. Keller, he'll chip this one. Or actually, it might have been the Vancouver player that chips this one out because I think they're trying to see if they can get a delay of game. And it looks like they will. Myers go into the box early, taking a 2-minute delay of game, puck over glass. So Utah with a golden opportunity here to strike early, although they weren't very successful on that last game. I believe 0 for 2 on the power play. Had their struggles so far in March, just not the power play that we've seen early in the season from Utah. So if they can get back into form going over these this next about 15 games, it'll be crucial in their hunt for the playoffs. Left side draw, Vancouver and one in the left side corner. It'll be Forbert that gets to it first, looking to clear this one out. Won't. Sergachev will keep this one in. Gunther, he'll ring this one around to Keller in the right side corner. Pressure deep, looking to clear this one up and out. Vancouver back up the other way. It's Suter looking to at least kill some time off the power play here. Will keep control of it as he pushes it to the right side corner, ultimately taken away by Sergachev there. Sergachev back down in the Utah end, kills about 30 seconds off that power play, so not bad for Vancouver. Schmaltz back over to Keller, cutting up the left side, trying to get a centering feed there, looking for a bounce. Hayden in the crease. Lankinen didn't know where that was, but luckily gets just enough of it. He'll make the save. 14:33 left in the first now. 1:18 left in the Utah power play is worse, as the Utah scorebug, as always, still broken. I believe shots are 1-0 Utah. At this point, who knows? Great effort there by Vancouver to just get this one into the Utah end and kill as much time off this power play as possible. Although Utah answering back quickly, getting it back into the zone, which they've had struggles with once teams cleared it on the power play. Since the Seattle game and then coming into tonight as well, doing much better on getting that transition back in. Left side draw in the Vancouver end will be Hayden and Bluger on the draw. Nope, Hayden kicked out. Will be Schmaltz and Bluger. One back by Utah. Keller over to Sergachev, the left side point, finds Schmaltz in the slot. Keller right side dot with it, looking for a tip in front there for Hayton. Just bounces wide. Back to Sergachev. Keller right side again, looking, believe, for a pass to Gunther there. We'll go to Hayton instead, deep right side. Sergachev, Gunther fakes the shot, takes it that time. That one goes wide. Rung around to the right side boards. Nobody there to keep it in. Bounces all the way down to the Utah end. 14:05 left in the first now. 45 seconds left in the Utah power play. Here's Schmaltz cutting up the left side. Won't get into the zone. Utah keep control just for a second, though. That one will be an offsides on Utah. Just a kind of failed entry there. Good defense there by Vancouver to pressure Schmaltz all the way to that Canucks blue line. So if nothing else, keep him out of the zone for as long as possible. Left side draw outside the Vancouver end will be McBain and Sherwood on the draws. That second power play unit out there for Utah. Vancouver win this one back in their zone, but taken away by Krause. Cuts up the left side. Forced into the corner, looking to clear this one around. Tries to, but it'll take the bounce up into the netting, so play blown dead. 34 seconds now in the Utah power play. 13:49 left in the first. Yeah, looking at some of the other stats here. Utah doing good on the faceoffs, like always, about 50-50 split. But as long as they can keep control of that like they have been over most of their games, they should be at least in decent shape. Not letting Vancouver control too much will be crucial for them. Left side draw, Vancouver end again will be McBain and somebody. Can't see the number from here. Suter, the one on the draw. Doesn't matter. Utah wins that one back. Dursey cuts up right to the slot. Shot in the net. Vancouver with the save. Lankinen, the one there. Back down to Dursey at the line. Gives us one across to the left side for Carcone. Back down to Dursey. Back to Carcone. Dancing along the left side walls. Looks for a shot. That one saved by Lankinen. And he does hold. So he didn't quite know where that one landed in front. And both teams getting really chippy after that one. Can't see the main two going at it, but Suter and Carcone definitely going at it off in the corner doing their own thing. 15 seconds now left in the Utah power play, 13 and a half. If we could cut away from them in the corner at least. There we go. We'll get to see the replay here. See what exactly they were getting chippy about. Yeah, just both defenders, very physical, getting in front of the net there. I believe that's all it was. It was mostly Krause trying to dig at it after Lankinen had held it, and Vancouver really didn't like that one. So Krause to the box now. Not sure if Vancouver also has somebody. Bluger to the box for Vancouver, both getting 2-minute minors for roughing against each other there. So we should play 5-on-5 after that, I believe. 13 and a half left in the first. If we can cut away from the benches. Eventually, there we go. Left side draw in the Vancouver end will be McBain and Pedersen on the draw. Nope, McBain kicked out. Didn't see who for Utah. Cooley, the one there for Utah. They'll win this one, tied up along the left side boards. Take a bounce in the middle. Vancouver will clear, but Utah will grab it right back and neutralize. Dursey will get it in right side. Vancouver pressures it along the boards, kept in by Cooley. Cutting around this penalty kill off for Utah. Cooley cutting to the left side corner with it. Dancing in front, looking for a tip there from Doan. Won't find it. Bounces right back to Cooley, trying to push it down the line for Marino, but taken away by Vancouver there. It'll be Joshua, the one that one pressured that one out of the zone. Pushed that one all the way to the right side of the Utah zone. Ultimately, Vancouver doesn't do too much with it. Great clear there by Utah. Bounces all the way right into the crease of Lankinen. Mancini comes back to grab that one. Vancouver cycling in their own zone. It'll be Besser with it. Drops this one back for Hughes. Hughes tries to push this one deep into the Utah end. Hits a Gunther instead, and he'll launch this one left side of the Vancouver end. Bukestad will chip this one further. Mancini trying to gain control. Stenlund dumps this one back to Bukestad as he tries to cut around the net. Throws it in front. Nobody there. except no Vancouver player jabs at it. Ultimately bounces to Hughes, and he'll cut out of the zone with it. Besser tied up along the left side of the Utah zone. Utah will clear it right back to neutral ice. Lee Gunther with control. Would have been very offsides there for Utah. Good awareness by him. Will dump back to Sergachev in his own zone. Schmaltz will chip this one to Kerfoot, trying to cut in. 3-on-1, though. Can't do much with it. Vancouver clears this one to neutral ice. It'll take a couple bounces. They regain control. Chipped in by Suter. Left side corner. Cole will race for it. He'll get to it first. Try and clear this one around to Kerfoot, I believe. Forbert to pass that one, or a shot at the net. That one goes wide. Joshua not able to do much. Suter another shot. That one saved away by the shoulder of Vejmelka there. Pushed around. Garland a shot. That one saved away by Vejmelka as well. Both teams still digging away at it in front. Schmaltz looks for a clear. Forbert will keep it in, though. Back to Forbert. Pushes one to the left side corner. Tries to throw it in front. Takes a bounce there. Vejmelka will find enough of it. He'll hold for the save. 11:23 left in the first. Utah unsuccessful on the power play. Good effort between both teams so far. Shots might be 4-2 in favor of Utah. Just have to see if during the commercial here they can get that score bug fixed, as they never seem to. As it stands, still tied at 0. 11:23 left to play in the first. Listening to Utah Vancouver on Utah 801 Utah Hockey Radio. We'll be back after the short commercial break. $11:23 left in the first, still tied at 0. A big thing Utah's going to want to focus on tonight that they fixed during the Seattle game was tons of turnovers from them. Was insane. So Utah fixed it halfway through the Seattle game. They need to prevent that tonight if they want any chance of winning, especially with Hughes back in the lineup. Last time Utah faced Vancouver, which was February 23rd, he was out of the lineup. They've beat him once with Hughes in the lineup, that being December 18th. So they've played against him before. We'll see if they can pull out another win tonight. Speaking of Hughes, dances up at the line with it. Big shot from Sherwood at the line. That one saved away by Utah. Hits a body there and cleared right out of the zone. Vancouver will push it back in, but nobody there to grab it. Marino will push this one behind his own net. Looking to clear it out right side. He'll find Gunther. Bad pass, though, right to Vancouver. 11 minutes left in the first now. Hughes chips this one in left side of the Utah zone. Kesselring will get to it first. Höglander with pressure. He tries to clear out left side. Ultimately, Utah will barely get this one over the line. Vancouver will poke it right back in, but Utah still with possession. They'll launch this one all the way back down. Lankinen will leave this one back for Höglander, or for Forbert there. Great pressure there by Gunther as he pushes it right back into the Utah zone. Quick little pass there to Hughes, and he clears this one back to neutral ice. Kesselring and Cole both race for it. They'll push this one to the right side of the Utah zone. McBain will get this one out. Lekaramaki trying to get it back in. He'll get a pass back to Amon. Forbert, he'll push this one up their center ice. Chipped the left side boards by Lekaramaki. Cole able to grab that one. Kesselring, a nice little drop there to Doan. He'll push this one out of the Utah end. Here's Krause cutting back up the other way. Drops this one back. Shot, that one saved by Lankinen. You can see who there for Utah on the shot, but great effort there by Utah to keep Vancouver just at the blue line as much as possible. They're getting the dumps into the zone, but if Utah can at least tighten up the blue line, as dumb as it sounds, if they're not in your zone, they can't score. So if they can just keep that defense rolling as they have been throughout the season, at times they have had their struggles, although that was more earlier in the season as the full healthy group has kind of played more and more. It seemed to be better and better over the last couple games. Shocker, the Utah scorebug now completely gone. So about 10 to play in the first. It'll be a left side draw on the Vancouver end. They'll win it around, trying to get this one out right side. They'll push it into neutral ice. Joshua, he'll chip this one in, trying to get this up to Garland. Ultimately taken away there by Utah. Cleared to neutral ice. Vancouver back in possession. Schmaltz trying to put some pressure. Vancouver will chip this one in to prevent the icing. 9:45, the time left in the first. Jersey fighting for it behind the Utah net. Joshua fighting some trouble there for Utah. Ultimately, they'll get it out of their zone. It's Kerfoot looking for a pass up to Keller there. Ultimately, nothing there. Marcus Pettersson, quick little pass up to Suter. He'll try and push this one in. Taken away by Kessling, looking for a pass up to Keller. He'll get it on the second attempt, but no shot on net. Bounces around to Bukestad, tied up along the left side board. Stenlund coming in to help. Pass to him just goes far. Cleared out by Suter. It'll be Cole that gets to it first. He pushes this one around to Kessling back in his own end. Cole launches this one up the right side boards. Bukestad will chip this on net to prevent the icing. Left around for Hronik there. Vancouver looking for a long pass up. Besser not able to settle this one down. Marino, him fight for it in the right side corner. Chip to the left side. Utah looking to clear. Kept in by Vancouver just for a second. Carcone able to get that one down and out. Pass to Bukestad just goes wide, and Hughes will pick it up in his own end. Back to Hronik now. 8:40 left in the first. Shot sitting 6-2 as Utah finally figures out how to get their scorebug working. Elias Pettersson trying to push this one in left side. Höglander now with it. Back to Elias. He'll chip this one to the left side corner. Höglander trying to push this one back down the line for Forbort. He'll find it. Throws this one to the net. Sergachev, great defensive play there to get that one blocked before it even hits Vejmelka. Utah chipping this one back into their own zone. Jersey, I don't think expecting that one to go in. Would have been an offsides for Vancouver. So Gunther able to take some time. He'll move this one back up, looking for a chip up to Hayton. Won't find it. Mancini will get to it first behind the Vancouver net. This one play will be blown dead. Looks like Gunther to the box. Let's see here. Will be a penalty on Utah there. Guess we'll have to see what exactly that was for after they come back from commercial. Regardless, Vancouver now with the opportunity to go on the power play and get this momentum back, swinging back in their favor early. See if they can get that done, or if Utah's penalty kill can do what they do best and prevent something from going in. Still tied at 0. You're listening to Utah Vancouver on Utah 801 Utah Hockey Radio. We'll be back after the short commercial break. .0804 left in the first, still tied at 0. Okay, looks like, of course, after I run a commercial to get this all figured out, looks like we'll be skating 4-on-4. Forbort taking a 2-minute slashing against Gunther, and Gunther taking a 2-minute cross-checking against Forbort. So we'll skate 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, starting left side of the Vancouver end. Hayton and Suter on the draw. One back by Hayden to the left side boards. Both teams zigging away at it. Keller not able to grab it. Ends up right side point. Nobody there to grab it. Jersey will push this one back down to the Utah end. It'll be Schmaltz back behind his own net. Trying to cut up out of the zone with it. Leaves this one back. Now Keller with it. Cutting up over the blue line. Chips this one left side as Utah gets in. Thrown to the net, looking for a tip there by Keller. Won't find it. Bounce to the right side point again. Nobody there, but it'll be Garland to grab it. Cutting up out of the zone with it. Throws this one over to Suter. He'll cut in left side. Drops this one back to Hughes. He'll dance the line with it. Cutting up the left side dot. Trying to throw one on net. He'll circle around right side. Looking for a tip there by Pedersen. Won't find it. Minute 15 left. The 4-on-4 now. Both teams zigging away in the left side corner of the Utah end. Mata trying to move this one down the line. It'll be Hayden that gets it out of the zone. Thrown over to Mata as he gets this one in left side of the Canucks end. Hronik will pressure him off the puck and bounce it around to Hughes in the right side corner. Hughes up to Pedersen, cutting in with it. Drops this one back for DeBrusque. Shot, that one tipped away. Looking for a quick rebound there. Pedersen almost has one, but Utah able to get in the way of it just in time. Cooley cutting back up the other way. He'll move left side with it now. Catches an edge, but keeps control of the puck there. Thrown to Marino at the right side point. Now Sergachev dancing the line with it. Throws this one to the net looking for a bounce, but will hit Marcus Pedersen before it even finds Lankinen. Vancouver looking for a quick exit there, but Utah will push it right back in. Schmaltz trying to dig away at it. Marcus Pedersen looking to grab it in the right side corner. Nothing there. 10 seconds left in the 4-on-4 now. Vancouver will clear this one all the way down to the Utah end. Cole pick it up. Push over to Kesselring. The 4-on-4 killed off. 6:03 left in the first now. Kesselring cutting up the right side with it. Nice little move to get this one into the crease of Lankinen, but ultimately just pushed aside. Here comes Sherwood back up the other way. He'll cut in, or I believe Hughes there, the one actually. He'll run into a Mon. So Vancouver, they got a poor entry there. Ultimately, they'll get it back in their own zone there. So no harm, no foul, I guess. Hughes waiting to see what he wants to do with it. Instead, he'll just dump this one to the right side corner as he goes for a change. Jersey will pick it up back in the Utah end, looking to clear this one out. He will. Take a bounce back to the Vancouver end for Hronik, I believe. Forbert able to push this one up through neutral ice, but Utah will try and keep this around center. Finally, Jersey will chip this one up to Gunther. Finds enough reach, thrown into the net, paddled down by Lankinen there. And Vancouver trying to race back up the other end. Be Sherwood that chips this one to the right side corner. Him and Jersey fight for it. Mata coming in to help, and O'Connor to help as well. Myers at the right side point pushes one up the wall, thrown to the net. Jersey able to block that one away. Cooley will grab it. As Vancouver goes for a change, Utah will as well. 4:44 left in the first now. Shot sitting 8-2 in favor of Utah so far. Both teams 0 for 1 on the power play during the first. Garland trying to pressure Utah to move this one out of their zone a little quicker. Ultimately, nothing from it. Pass up to Stenlin. He'll cut in the zone, loses control of the puck, though. He'll bounce to Myers behind the Vancouver net. He'll cut this one up and out to Marcus Pedersen. Trying to push this one up a little further. Would have been an offsides there for Vancouver, so Carcone trying to race out with it. Can't do much as Utah will launch this one a little too far. That one an icing on them. Utah's up shots let me try that one again. Utah up in shots 8-2, but it really doesn't feel like they've had like that big of a gap. Vancouver's been playing very good offensively through this first 20 minutes here, but Utah with more shots on net. Vancouver, good pressure in the offensive zone. We'll see what ends up kind of being the victor tonight. That pressure of the onslaught of shots, or just that, holding them down in the zone and seeing if they can tire them out. There's a left side draw in the Utah zone. Höglander fighting for it along the wall. He'll push this one back down to Hughes. Throwing it at the net. That one saved away by Vejmelka. Hronik will try and push this one around to Höglander. Ultimately, Schmaltz will get in the way of it. Chipped up to neutral ice there, but Utah can't do much with it. I believe Marino actually is the winner, not Schmaltz. Vancouver just cycling back in their own zone. It'll be Hughes that cuts up out with it. Schmaltz for real this time, tries to pressure him off the puck. He'll launch this one to the right side corner for Amon. Cole trying to dig away at it. O'Connor coming in to help. Ultimately takes a bounce to Kesselring. Gets this one up to Schmaltz. Long pass cross. It's Kerfoot now cutting in left side. Throws into the net. That one hits a body and goes wide. Besser will pick it up in the right side corner. Looking to clear up to neutral ice. He will. Cole racing forward. He's got Kesselring back to help him. Ultimately launches this one back to the Vancouver end. Kerfoot drops this one back to Schmaltz. Down to the left side point with it. Trying to move up the wall. He waits for help. Centering feed there to Keller. Backhand thrown. That one saved away. Rebound there by Dursey. But Lankinen will hold in time for the save. 3:04 left in the first. Utah, when they're in the zone, good pressure there, but Vancouver trying their best to at least get into the Utah end, and great pressure when they're in there, just not the same amount of shots. Still tied at 0. You're listening to Utah Vancouver on Utah 801 Utah Hockey Radio. Be back after the short commercial break. .304 left in the first, still scoreless. Another game to keep an eye on tonight. St. Louis playing Anaheim as they're also racing for that second wild card spot, doing much better than Utah has over these last few games. As it stands now, Vancouver holding the second wild card spot with 73 points. Following that is Calgary with 71, St. Louis with 71, Utah with 69. So if St. Louis can win tonight and push themselves even further into contention for that spot, they've been playing very good over these last few games. So as long as they can keep that momentum up, and I mean, at least one of these two teams will lose tonight. So if you're St. Louis, that's what you're wanting to look for. As for here, Utah looking to win and Vancouver looking to hold that spot in. We'll see what happens here. Left side draw on the Vancouver end. It'll be Keller dancing with it. Throws this one in front, trying to find Doan there, but that one just reached out and saved by Lankinen. Or not Keller there. It was Mata, actually, that some nice moves cutting up the right side. 2:55 now left in the first. Shots now sitting 10-3 in favor of Utah. So we'll see if this is another case where Utah going against a goaltender who just decides to have a amazing game against him. Not the first time it's happened this season. You like to see it if you're the other team. Utah, at a point like that, you just got to, get some better shots. Maybe, I don't know, do something different. But as it stands now, Lankinen keeping Vancouver in it. Right side draw on the Vancouver end one this time. To the left side boards, nobody there. It'll be cleared to neutral ice. Jersey trying to push this one out. It'll get up to Doan right at the red line. Vancouver regain possession, though. Forbert, he'll push this one around, back to him now. Looking to clear this one out to neutral ice for Höglander there. Can't keep control of it, though. It'll bounce to DeBrusk back in his own zone. Push back to Forbert again. Looking for a better exit this time. Utah will disrupt it a little, but Höglander cutting in left side, trying to drop it back to Pettersson. Unable to. It'll be pushed around to the right side boards. Trying to get a shot on net. Still bounce to that right side instead, and it'll be Marino that grabs it. Both teams go for a change. Sergachev now back in his own end. He'll get this one up to Hayton. He cuts up the right side. Gets into the zone, pressured by Amon. Trying to cut in front with it. Great play there by Hughes, pushing back behind the net. Back down the line for Sergachev. Marino trying to throw this one to the right side. Hits O'Connor. Not able to do much with it. Cleared back up the other way. Lekaramaki at the left side dot now. Pushing this one back down the line for Hughes. Hughes throws this one to the net, looking for a bounce, tips wide instead. Lekaramaki will pick it up along the right side board. Shifts this one back to Hronek. It'll bounce out of the zone, though. Push right back in. Would have been an offside, so Utah has a little bit of time to change and kind of slow this one down. Bad pass, though. It'll be Suter that pushes it right back in. Just for a second, though, Utah will clear it right back out. Keller now with it. 1:20 left in the first. Up to Kessering. He'll try and chip this one to the far corner. Hronek with a great play there to knock that one out of midair and regain control. Hronek back to Hughes now. He'll launch this one up the ice. Takes it on net for Vejmelka. He'll push this one around to the left side point. Take bounce out to neutral ice. Vancouver back in control. 1 minute left in the first. Marcus Pettersson back with it. See if they go for one last big rush here. Tied up along the boards. Utah regain control. Carcone pushes back down to the Utah end for Cole. Chipped up to Kessering, trying to get this one into the Vancouver end. Ultimately not able to. And a delayed penalty there, and both teams getting chippy in front of the box. A big hit on Kessering, or at least a attempted hit there. He gets out of the way just in time. See what exactly they call, if anything, here. Of course, the app is slow. It will be a penalty. Looks like on Utah there. Although last time I said that, it was on both. So Carcone for sure going to the box. We'll see if anything else pops up. Yep, go figure. Of course, as soon as I'm done saying that. Or maybe not. We'll just wait and see. App's drunk as always. Looks like Vancouver is heading to the box. Didn't see who. Will be an interference on one of them. Didn't see what the other penalty was, but we will be skating 4-on-4. Can confirm that. Looks like a cross-checking from... I did not see who there. Vancouver player has the cross-checking penalty. I didn't see what Carcone ended up getting. It'll be Joshua for Vancouver heading to the box. Carcone for Utah. 44.8. So we'll head 4-on-4 into the second here. One back by Vancouver. It'll be Hughes with it in his own zone. Gets this one up to DeBrusk. Cuts up over the red line. Gets in right side. He's got Pettersson cutting through the middle there. Back down to the line. For Myers, it looked like. Hayton able to steal that one away. Although DeBrusk will fight for it, pushing this one to the right side corner. Sergachev will get this one around to Marino. Pressured along that left side corner. Finally bounces it back to him behind the Utah net. 17 seconds. They'll cut out with it, seeing if they can get one last rush here. Over to Keller down at the right side point. Marino, 10 seconds now. Cuts up the left side. Loses the puck for a second. Sergachev will try and throw this one towards the net. Hits I believe the Vancouver stick there. Bounces up in the air. Sergachev looking for one more, but play is over for the period. And the app updated just in time. All right, so the penalties on that 4-on-4. Joshua took a 2-minute interference against Carcone, and Carcone got a 2-minute minor for roughing against Marcus Pettersson. Skate 1:15 4-on-4 when we enter the third. As it stands now, final shots at the end of the third, or at the end of the first, 10-3 in favor of Vancouver. There's where that third 3 came from. Still scoreless. Great effort from both teams during the first there. Both know this is a game they cannot lose. See if they keep up that intensity going into the second. If that 4-on-4 factors into anything, and if this level of penalties continues throughout the game. If nothing else, you're both teams, at least they're equalizing. So you're not going terribly, not hindering your team as much as you could be. Though, obviously, you don't want to take penalties if you can, but if you're gonna, at least have them be offsetting. As it stands, Utah 0, Vancouver 0. Listening to Utah, Vancouver on Utah 801 Utah Hockey Radio. See you back in about 15 for the second. Welcome back. So we're ready to start the second period. Still tied at 0, and a minute 15 left in the 4-on-4 as well. Some stats before we head into the second. Shots currently sitting 10-3 in favor of Utah. Faceoffs 9-7 in favor of Utah. Utah 0 for 1 on the power play. Vancouver without one so far in the first. Hits sitting 15-9 in favor of Vancouver, and block shots tied at 7. Looking into the second here, Utah's going to want to, I think, throw more at Lankinen. He's kind of struggled a bit holding down shots. He's made the saves, but rebounds right in front if they can pick something up there, and it might be something to look out for. For Vancouver, sustained offensive pressure is going to be the key going into the second here. They've had opportunities, but they've mostly been from the line. They've been, against the wall. They haven't been able to sustain that pressure in the Utah zone for a long period of time, which whether that be on the Vancouver offense or the Utah defense is to be determined and decided. But as it stands, if you're Vancouver, it doesn't matter how it's happening. You just need that pressure. Minute 15 left on the 4-on-4. We'll have to see as well, keep an eye on the penalties in the second. A decent amount in the first. We'll see if the game stays chippy or for the intermission, allow everybody to calm down a little. Opening draw, one back by Utah. Sergachev back in his own zone with it. Try and cut this one back. DeBrusk, it'll hit the stick of DeBrusk. He'll regain control of it, pushing it back to the Vancouver end now. Hughes, quick pass up along the left side boards to Pedersen, trying to get this one back to DeBrusk, looking for a backhand from an angle. Sergachev will check that one away from him just in time. Not able to hold that pass down as Hughes. Carroll will pick it up, cutting into the slot with it. Move to the right side point now. Will decide to just circle out of the zone and look for another entry. He'll get this one to Mata. He'll put it in left side. Tries to ring this one around the boards. Ultimately, Hronik will stop before it does. Push back to Hughes on the right side corner. 30 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Kerfoot with pressure, but doesn't matter as Vancouver will push this one all the way back down to the Utah end. Mata will go to pick it up. 20 seconds now in the 4-on-4. Cutting up over the red line. He'll get in. Trying to get a pass across. He'll move to the left side instead. Throws this one to the net. That one hits a stick and bounces up. Utah regain control, pushing this one back to neutral ice. They know that 4-on-4 is almost over. They'll circle it around in their own zone. And speaking of that 4-on-4, cleared off for both teams. Mata back in his own. Long pass up to Kerfoot there, or Carcone trying to cut in with it. No goal there. Figures much. Just a kind of Carcone tries to cut in with it, slides into Lankinen there. Gunther will just come in and tap it in, but figured that one was not going to be a goal. There was no way, and ref waves that one off before lights even come on. 18:34 left in the second. We'll see on the replay here exactly how that happens. Carcone fresh from the bench. He cuts into the right side, trying to dig in front with it. Yeah, that would have been 100% goaltender interference, even if it was called correctly. Or even if it was allowed to be a goal, was called correct. Yeah, just kind of runs right into Lankinen as he tries to kind of keep his pads to both posts there. Yeah, there's no way that would have been a goal. So good call from the refs there to keep this one still tied at 0. See with the 4-on-4 over, what team kind of keeps that momentum in their favor. If Utah can keep it up from the first, they looked fantastic in the first, actually starting the game on time tonight, instead of like Seattle where it took them a good 10 minutes to get anything going. The left side draw outside the Vancouver and Utah push it to the right side corner. Vancouver looking to clear it out left side. Push this one back down to neutralize. Besser racing for it to the right side corner. Kessering as well fighting him for it. Both fall down. Will end up the left side corner. McBain trying to fight for it. Bluger as well. Sherwood coming in to help. Ultimately, Utah will get this one up and out of the zone. Looking for a long pass to Krause. Ends up on net to Lankinen. He'll push this one to the left side corner. Delayed penalty. Can't see on who. Is just a mess of players up against the boards. It'll be on Utah taking the penalty. Krause, 2-minute minor for hooking against Mancini. So Vancouver, as of this second, before the app decides otherwise, with their first actual normal power play of the night, not a 4-on-4. Yeah, Krause just trying to fight Mancini in the corner from it after Lankinen pushes that one to the left side and just has a stick all up in the hands there. So pretty clear hooking. See if the Utah penalty kill can do what they do best, or if this is the opportunity Vancouver's looking for to swing that momentum back in their favor. 18:01 left in the second. Left side draw in the Utah end. One back by Utah. Sergachev trying to push this one to the right side corner. He will. Kerfoot to grab. Quick pass up to Cole. Just skating in his zone. He'll push this one down to the Vancouver end for the clear. Lankinen, he'll leave this one for Hughes behind the net. He's got Pettersson as well, but he cuts out in front with it. Now dumps it back to Pettersson. Long pass up the boards. Vancouver back in left side looking for a shot there. That one hits a Utah body, bounces back to Pettersson. The left side with it. Pushing this one back to Hughes at the line. Shot towards the net. That one trickles in. Not sure if Besser tipped that one or if it just trickles through the 5-hole there of Vejmelka. But regardless, Vancouver taking advantage of that power play on the board first. Have to see on the replay here, but Hughes just pretty much throws that one from the line and it just trickles through enough bodies. Here's the replay. We'll see here. Yeah, Pettersson along the left side boards just dumps it back to Hughes. I don't believe that was deflected by Besser. Doesn't look like it. DeBrus took a swing at it, but ultimately missed. Yeah, it just looks like it hit enough Utah bodies. Yeah, that'll be Quinn Hughes' goal. His 16th on the power play. And Pettersson and DeBrusque with the assists, their 27th and 15th, respectively. So on their fourth shot, Vancouver able to put one in. Opening draw, one back by Utah. They'll bring this one around. It'll end up left side boards, Vancouver end. Myers will try and push this one around. Keller will grab it instead. Moving to the right side, pushing it back down the line. Bounces over the stick of Dursey. He'll get this one to Mata just in time as both Canucks defenders race him for it. Push back to the right side corner of the Vancouver end, but just a little too far is that one, and icing on Utah. 17:03 left in the second now. Yeah, shot sitting 12-4 in favor of Utah, but Vancouver they haven't had the offensive pressure, but they've had great shots and opportunities when they've been in the zone. If they can sustain that pressure, I think they can turn the tide in their favor. Utah's just going to need to take advantage, I think, in close on not Vejmelka, Lankinen. That's the one I'm looking for. Bounces all the way back down. That one, another icing on Utah's. That was a left side draw, just trying to do anything with it, but it was just tied up against the boards and ultimately bounces all the way back down. 16:51 now left in the second. Vancouver's going to look to strike here quickly with another one, especially considering how well Lankinen's been playing. See what happens. Left side draw on the Utah and one back by Vancouver. Hronik, he'll chip this one up the right side boards for Pettersson. He'll dump this one back for Hughes. Pushing deep with it. Kerfoot trying to get him off the puck. Keep enough control. Push it to the right side corner. Back down to Hughes at the line. Trying to spin up and into the zone with it. Keller trying to pressure him off the puck. Takes bouncing into the slot, but nobody there but Utah to grab. Mata cutting up with it. He'll chip this one to the right side. Trying to get it to Kerfoot, but can't quite hold that pass down. Pettersson back in his own zone. He's got Hronik with him. He'll give it to him. Right in front of the Vancouver net as both teams go for a change. Chipped out to neutralize. Pressured off the puck. Utah racing to grab it along the right side boards. Cooley smartly pushes this one back down to the Utah end. Trying to find a chip up to Hayden. Bounces just a little wide there. Still in the Vancouver end just for a second. Cooley will poke it back in. But Vancouver still in control. Hronik will give this one to Hughes in the right side corner. Hayden trying to pressure him to push this one up a little faster. Won't do much, though. Vancouver, look at this one in right side. That one, DeBrusque, that pushes that one in. Utah looking to clear, won't be able to. A shot from the left side point doesn't even reach the net. That one blocked there by Utah. Hayden now cutting in the zone. We'll get this one to Gunther at the left side point. Chips this one around to the right side corner. Trying to find Cooley there. Pressured by Lekaramaki. He'll give this one away to Amon. Vancouver back in control. It's Myers with it in his own end. 15:20 left in the second now. Launches this one around the boards. Ends up to Marino as he tries to push it around to Sergachev. He'll leave this one to Gunther instead. Gunther in neutralize. Pass across to Cooley. Cuts in right side. Thinks about dropping this one back to McBain. I'm messing it up from the Seattle game. Ultimately, it'll be Mancini that pushes this one back into the Utah end. Vmelko will just hold that one behind his net. Sergachev to grab. Long pass up the right side boards. Utah back in the Vancouver end. Shot towards the net. That one stopped by Forbert. Looking to clear this one out, and he will. Up to Besser. Jersey pressuring him off the puck, but gets it over to Bluger just in time. He'll push this one in right side. Vmelka will just slow this one behind his own net, pushing it along the left side boards. Nobody at the point to keep that one in. Vancouver let this one roll back to their own end. Myers trying to chip this one up to Bluger. Both teams digging away at neutral ice. Carcone now gets it right back to Jersey, right to the slot, shot to the net. That one bounces up over the net. Carcone looking for a rebound, won't find that. Tied up along the left side boards. Vancouver able to get enough of it. Now to the zone they go. It's Besser with it. Cuts in left side. Shot towards the net. That one saved by Vmelka. Bounces up to the left side corner. Kesselring will just softly move that one out of the zone. 14 minutes now left in the second. Bukestad trying to cut in front of Lankinen there. It'll be pushed back to the left side corner instead. Both teams digging away at it. Back down to the point. Although Cole won't keep this one in, and it will roll all the way to the right side corner of the Utah end. Joshua trying to race back there with pressure. Ultimately, Kesselring will get to it first. He'll launch it all the way back behind the Vancouver net, and that one will be an icing on Utah. 13:40 left in the second now. Shots now sitting 12-5 in favor of Vancouver. Definitely feels like that goal did swing the momentum back in their favor. In their favor, they've been playing much better over these last few minutes. Just getting it into the Utah end, throwing shots at the net, and not letting Utah get any chance to breathe, especially with the icing there. With a left side draw, just a simple little shot there by Vancouver, saved by Vmelka. Oh, we're on to commercial, I guess. But yeah, Vancouver doing a great job of, like I said, getting into the Utah zone and holding that pressure down, not just doing it in short bursts, tiring them out, and ultimately trickles a shot in for the first goal of the game. Vancouver up 1. You're listening to Utah Vancouver on Utah 801 Utah Hockey Radio. Be back after the short commercial break. $13:36 left in the second. Vancouver up 1. Another look around the NHL real quick. St. Louis up 2-0 against Anaheim. 17:29 left in the second of that one. So if Utah didn't have enough motivation to win tonight, now they've got even more as St. Louis racing to get in that second wild card spot themselves. Was a left side draw on the Utah and Vancouver trying to set something up in the slot. Ultimately can't get a shot off there. Keller will push this one back down to the Utah end. Right from the line. I guess wasn't too far in the zone. Regardless, Keller will chip this one back up to Schmaltz, dancing along the left side boards with it. Throws one towards the net. Hronik will get just enough of it. Keller throws it just through the crease there. Trying to draw a penalty there. Ultimately won't. Vancouver back up the other way. They'll ring this one around the left side boards. It'll end up to the right side corner for Sergachev. Chip to Marino. Get this one in front to Kerfoot. Back to Schmaltz as he circles the Utah zone. Long pass up to Kerfoot, ultimately poked away through neutral ice. Vancouver poking around to the right side. Sergachev will get to it first, pushing it deep into the Vancouver end. Karamaki first to it. He'll clear this one all the way out to neutral ice. Mata first. He'll ring this one around. Lankinen looking to slow, not as much as he'd like, but Vancouver still in possession. Trying to clear it out along the right side boards. Hayton will throw into the front there. McBain trying to regain that puck. Ultimately won't on that first attempt. Will on the second from the second pass from Hayton. Back to Mata at the line. McBain, quick pass across to Dursley. Shot towards the net. That one saved away by Forberg. He'll clear this one out right side. Will roll all the way back down to the Utah end. Does it have the legs for the icing? I guess it does. 12:07 left in the second now. So I try and get something fixed here. All right, there we go. Yeah, Vancouver playing much better over these last few minutes here. If they can keep up this pressure throughout most of the night, I don't see why they won't and shouldn't win this one. Right side draw on the Vancouver end this time. It'll be Stenlin and can't quite see who for Vancouver on the draw. Regardless, Stenlin kicked out. It'll be Pedersen on the draw for Vancouver. Tied up the dot, both teams digging away at it. Ultimately breaks free to Keller. Pushing this one back down the line. Thrown towards the net. Saved there by Langton. Yep, he'll hold. Okay, there we go. All right, just getting something fixed on my end. All right, 12:07 left in the second. Right side draw, drop back to Kessler. He'll throw this one to the net. That one bounces wide. Cole not able to keep this one in, but Keller will pick it up right neutral ice. Back to Kessler as he pushes in to the back into the Utah end. Schmaltz will drop this one back to Cole. Trying to chip this one up along the board. Schmaltz will try and throw this one in the front to Keller, not able to do much with it. Cole will push it deep instead. That one barely stays in play there. Garland looking for a puck over glass or delay a game or anything there. Won't find it. That one chipped all the way back down to the Utah end for an icing. All right, there we go. Apologies, trying to fix some tech things on my end. Of course, do it during the game. 11 and a half left in the second now. It'll be Suter and Hayton on the draw, left side of the Vancouver end. This one thrown to the left side wall. Vancouver look to clear this one out right side. Joshua trying to push it around. Ultimately, Utah will keep it in. Fighting for it in the right side corner. Cooley, that one just poke checked away from him. Suter and Hayton now digging away at it. Marino coming in to help. Marcus Pedersen as well. Breaks free to Cooley just for a second. Finally, Myers able to move out with it. He'll look to push this one into the Utah and can't do much with it. Hayton cutting up back into the right side. Thrown to the net. That one poke checked away by Garland just in time. Doesn't even get that shot off. Myers to the right side corner. He'll look to clear this one out along the right side boards. He will. Garland, great effort by him. He'll get this one deep into the Utah end. Thrown across there to Suter. He'll wait just a second. Finally throws that one to the net right in front of the glove of Amelka. 10:36 now left in the second. Great effort there in the Vancouver end by Utah. Just can't do much with it. All right, cool. All right, I'll tech things figured out for at least a minute. Shots now setting 13-7 in favor of Utah. Right side draw on the Utah end. I believe Hayton and couldn't see who for Vancouver. Doesn't matter. Utah win it back. Dursley will push this one around to the right side board. So they'll cut up into the Vancouver end with it. Trying to chip it deep. Mancini will try and glove this one down. Instead, it'll end up to the right side corner. Kraus trying to get that pass to McBain. Lend up to Doan, trying to get it back to him. Nothing in the slot there. Vancouver pull that one away. Chipped up through neutral ice, tied up along the boards. Doan will pick it right back up, though. Here's McBain cutting in left side, trying to get in front. He'll drop this one back. Shot there by Dursey. That one saved away by Lankinen. Chipped up to Lekaramaki at the line. He'll move this one in for O'Connor. That pass just a little far. It'll end up the left side corner. Dursey able to settle that one down. Now to Mata in the right side. Chipped up to McBain. He'll leave this one for Doan. Whether intentionally or not, he'll get it. Can't do much with it. Vancouver will poke him off the puck here. Sherwood moving in. Drops this one over to Besser at the right side dot. Shot towards the net. That one bounces up and over. Ends up along left side boards, and Utah back up the other way. It's Carcone with speed, trying to cut in. Great defense there by Hronik. He'll push him back down to the line. Shot from the slot there. That one bounces up into the netting. Play blown dead. 9:26 left in the second now as we head to commercial. Great effort by both teams so far in the second. Utah fighting back as much as they can so far to find that tying goal, and Vancouver doing a much better job in the second than compared to the first to hold the lead down. Vancouver up 1-0. You're listening to Utah Vancouver on Utah 801 Utah Hockey Radio. We'll be back after the short commercial break. .26 left in the second. Vancouver up 1 on the power play. Looking at the shots so far, 13-7 in favor of Utah, but in the second so far, 4-3 in favor of Vancouver. So a much better period from them, which was not difficult. They definitely didn't start as much on time as they could have during that first, but they got it together during the intermission, and that's all that matters. They got the lead. Utah fighting back as much as they can, given Vancouver's revitalization of the offense. So we'll see if they can get anything going in the last half of the second here, or if this will take the third for them to tie it up. Left side draw to Vancouver end. Mott at the line with it. Great defense there by Vancouver. They'll block that shot and poke it all the way back down to the Utah blue line. Didn't see who, but very shaken up after blocking that one. Garland. Poke back to the right side corner. Schmaltz digging for it. Yeah, Garland extremely shaken up. He'll stay out there. Mata back with it. He'll drop this one back to Keller. Thrown across to Dursey. Trying to get a tip there for Mata. Won't find it. Bounces to Schmaltz in the left side corner. Back down to Keller at the line. Drop back to Schmaltz. He cuts to the slot. Moves right side. Keller at the right side dot now with it. Great defense there by Joshua. He'll poke him off the puck. Garland up out of the zone with it. He'll pass that one up to Joshua so he can get back off the ice. Joshua deep looks for one from an angle. Won't find it. Chipped along the right side boards. It'll be Kerfoot that gets to it first. He'll push this one behind the Vancouver net as he goes for a change. Hughes will give this one back to Hronik behind his own net. Bukestad with some pressure, but ultimately doesn't deter Vancouver. Chipped in left side. Kessling will pick it right back up, though, as he circles his own net. Cuts out left side. Trying to move in with it. He'll force this one to the left side corner. Back to Carcone now, right. Bukestad right back to Carcone, though. Now down at the line is Cole. Back around to Carcone. Throws this one to the net. Bukestad will pick it up deep, looking for a quick wraparound pass there, and Utah will score on that one. Stenlin continues his great little runnies on Bukestad. He'll throw this one from the left side right through the crease. right in front of the crease, I should say, right to Stenlin. He does not miss that shot. See on the replay here exactly where that puck ends up. Poke back down to the line. Carcone now has it. He throws this one to the net. It goes wide. Bukestad picks it up, looks for the wraparound. Instead, it just goes wide. And Stenlin, right place, right time. Yeah, beautiful shot there by him. Once the app decides to work. Stenlin, his 10th of the season. Bukestad and Carcone with the assists, their 11th and 10th, respectively. 7:56 left in the second. This game tied up at 1. Opening draw, one back by Vancouver. Mancini trying to poke it up to Besser. Ultimately, he loses control of the puck. Utah back in their own end, looking for a soft little pass over to Cooley. That one goes wide. It'll end up back behind the Vancouver net. Cooley and Mancini fight for it, trying to get it to Hayton. Sherwood doing a great job keeping him along the boards. Bluger not able to clear, pokes back down the line. Gunther not able to throw it away. Ultimately, Sherwood back up with it. Looked for a shot. Deeks right side, throws this one up over the net. Vancouver will keep it away in the left side corner. Marino trying to move this around. Gunther coming in to help. Finally back to Marino. Can't get that pass over to Sergachev. Takes a bounce. Mancini will keep it in, but ultimately, as he tries to dump it back to the line, that one just goes wide. Utah trying to get this one back into the Vancouver end, but that one is offsides for Utah there. 7:05 left in the second now. I think Hayton just didn't see that whoever's on the left side just hadn't exited yet. And, Utah pushing aggressively to get back into the Vancouver end and get something going. Bottom line, it's tied now, so that's exactly what you want if you're Utah. You don't want to wait the entire period. They've had problems with it before where they've let the opponent hold that lead for so long, and then once they try and push back, it's too late. The defense is already held down at a good distance, so getting that tying goal early is critical for them. Right side draw outside the Vancouver end. Utah won it back, pushing around to the left side corner. Hughes will get it to Hronik behind the net. Trying to clear this one out along the left side boards. Will be picked up by Amon, looking to clear. Lekaramaki will keep it along the boards. Finally, it bounces back to Hughes. Looking for a long pass up to Lekaramaki. Won't find it. Utah will pick that one away and neutralize. McBain will cut back in right side. Hughes back with it, though. He'll hold behind his own net just for a second now, cutting back out with it. Long pass up to neutralize. Chipped up to Lekaramaki will prevent the icing at the bare minimum. Jersey can't quite race for it. 6.5 left in the second now. Both teams digging away at it behind the net, ends up in the left side corner. That one smartly rung around to the right side point for Hronik. Nobody there at the moment. Pushing this one up to Amon. He'll get it to O'Connor. Now tied up in the right side corner by Doan there. This one breaks free to Utah. Mata able to push this one all the way to McBain. He'll dump this one into the right side as both teams go for a change. Hronik and Kraus trying to battle for it behind the Vancouver net, but ultimately this one pushed back out to neutral ice. Cutting in with it. It'll be right side entry, but immediately swatted out by Utah. Tied up along the right side boards and back up the other way they come. It's Kerfoot cutting in. He's got Keller behind him. Drops it to him, looking for a shot. Takes it. That one saved away by Vejmelka, but not gloved down. That right side corner, Myers able to push that one back out to neutralize. Garland, he'll push this one into the left side corner. Trying to dig this one away. It'll take a bounce and stays in the zone. Although when Vancouver tries to push that one to the right side, doesn't go as far as they want. And Kerfoot now able to move back up the other way. Right side now with it. Waits a second, finds Keller, but the net gets knocked off. So play blown dead there. Not sure if that was Schmaltz on the entry there or if he got pushed into it. Regardless, Schmaltz, one of the main players, knocking that one off. Let's see, 5:16 left in the second now. Utah able to tie this one up at 1. Maybe we're going to commercial now. I'm not sure. Nope, guess not. They definitely cut to it for a minute and then cut right back to the ice. So never mind. We're still going. 5:21 left in the second. Shot setting 15-7 in favor of Utah. Right side draw on the Vancouver end will be Stenlin. And somebody, if they'll cut away from him, I believe Pedersen, the one on the draw. Nope, Suter, the one on the draw there. Doesn't matter as Vancouver looks to clear this one out right side. Barely kept in at the line by Utah. We'll dump this one around, but nope, that one will actually be offsides. believe. It was either offsides or a hand pass, one of the two. Regardless, play blown dead. Now we're going to commercial. Now they got it figured out. 5:16 left in the second. Utah figures out how to run a broadcast. Tied up at 1. You're listening to Utah Vancouver on Utah 801 Utah Hockey Radio. We'll be back after the short commercial break. .516 left in the second, tied up at 1. Looking at a couple of the stats there during the commercial, a couple things come to mind here. Firstly, Utah falling back into the two kind of traps is the wrong word, but the kind of two cliches they fall into: winning faceoffs and not throwing hits at all. Faceoffs currently sitting 22-11 in favor of Utah, but hits 23-13 in favor of Vancouver. Right side draw outside the Vancouver end. Utah win this one, dumping this one right on net, right to the glove of Lehkonen, and they'll get the out. Additionally, both teams, you can tell, are treating this one as if their playoff hopes are on the line. They are on the line. Block shots, 28 combined between both, 29. Nope, I can add 30 between both. 19-11 in favor of Vancouver. Left side draw, the Vancouver end will be Stenlund and Pedersen. Actually, this time. Tied up the dot, both teams digging away at it. Mancini trying to get this one free, ultimately ends up to the left side corner for Bukestad. Will push this one back down the line for Sergachev. Now around to Marino in the slot for Cooley, or for Stenlund. That one shot takes a couple bounces, ultimately breaks free. Carcone able to move down the wall with it. Try and ring this one around to Bukestad. He's got Stenlund in to help, and he'll pick that one up instead. Pedersen and Forbert also digging away at it. Breaks free along the left side boards. Poke down, at least tries to. Carcone whiffs on the shot there in Vancouver. Looking to clear, and they will. Right up through neutral ice to Sherwood. He'll keep pace with it. Or DeBrusque, not Sherwood there. Doesn't matter as Utah up along the left side boards. They'll get this one back out of their zone. Carcone looking to move it deeper, ultimately taken away by Vancouver there. Chip deep to the left side corner. Höglander fighting for it. Stenlund able to come in and grab. Gunther now with it. Back in his own zone. Long pass up through neutral ice to Cooley. He'll double back to his own end to Sherwood and Bluger with too much pressure for him. 4 minutes left in the second now. Besser and Cooley fighting for it. The line ultimately squeaks free to Hughes deep in the Vancouver end. Gets it around to Hronik along the left side boards. Looking for a pass up through neutral ice. Both teams just kind of fumbling with the puck. Ultimately, Vancouver will move this one back to their own end. Long pass there through neutral ice. That one swatted down by Dersey, I believe. Vancouver back in control in their own end. See on the second attempt here if they can get it in, and they will. Mata behind the Utah net. He'll push this one around to Cooley. Left back for Gunther, cutting up the left side. Drops this one back to Cooley. Trying to throw one in front. Takes a bouncer, but nobody to pick up the rebound. Hughes will move this one out right side. Throw it in the middle for Besser. Cutting in through center. Drops the left side back to Besser. Looking for a tip there. In front, but nobody but Utah to pick it up. 3:10 now left in the second. Mata cutting to the right side with it. He'll dump this one around. It'll end up to Kerfoot. Push this one around to Schmaltz along the left side boards. Referee getting in the way a little. Still able to get that one back to Cole. Shot goes wide. Kerfoot looking to push this one in front. Myers will grab it away. Trying to throw this one in front to Garland. He'll get it up over his own blue line. Launches this one in along the left side boards. Ends up along the right boards. Ends up left side corner for Kesselring. Doesn't matter as Utah back up the other way now. Schmaltz cuts into the middle. Thrown to the net. That one rebounded down. Keller not able to pick up the shot there. Great defense there by Marcus Pettersson. Along the left side boards, Forbert trying to get this one around to Marcus Pettersson. He'll find him. Although not able to clear that one, batted down by Schmaltz. They will on the second attempt, though. This one all the way back down to the Utah end. 2:15 left in the second now. Cole, long pass up to McBain, just goes a little short there as I believe it hit one of the Vancouver sticks. Trying to chip this one in right side. Kesselring with a kind of daring play there to swat this one at the line. Bounce all the way back down to the Vancouver end for Marcus Pettersson to grab behind the net. Moving this one out quickly, it's Lekaramaki. Chipped up to O'Connor, moving up the right side. Forced the corner. Hook back down the line for Vancouver, though. It's Hronik looking for a shot. Will take it. Bounces wide. Minute 40 left in the second now. Hughes fighting for it. Stripped of the puck by Utah. Here's Krause moving back up the other way. Gives it to McBain at the right side. Looking for a tip in front. Just tips wide instead. Thrown back in by Sergachev, but that one an offsides for Utah. Finally, though, clears. They just go for a change there. Vancouver looking to do something to get this one back into Utah, and ultimately it ends up behind the Utah net just for Sergachev, though. Back around to Marino. Minute 10 left in the second now. Drops this one back to Gunther, now up to Hayton. Cutting up over his own blue line, right side. Forces this one deep as Gunther doing a great job just squeaking through everybody to get to the puck first, right back down to Hayton. Dursey at the line, thrown to the front of the net. That one bounces wide. Still deep in the zone. Hayton fighting for it. Ultimately, Myers will get to it first. 48 seconds left in the second now. Myers cutting up over the line. Drops this one to the left side. Thrown to the net. That one pad saved away by Vejmelka. Chipped around to Mata in the right side corner. Has some time. He'll chip this one up the left side boards for Cooley. Cutting to the middle. Moving to the right side now. That one stripped away from him, though. Quick pass into neutral ice. Utah able to pick it right back up, though. Schmaltz up to Mata. Now Kerfoot trying to cut in with it. Loses control of the puck there. Marcus Pettersson back behind his own net. 14 seconds left in the second now. Sherwood looking for one last rush. He'll dump this one back. Saved away by Vejmelka. 7 seconds. Besser throws this one to the net. That one bounces wide. Back down the line for Hughes. 2 seconds. Can't do much with it. Thrown to the right side corner. Sherwood looks to get one in front, but too little, too late. That will be the end of the second. Final shots sitting 17-9 in favor of Vancouver. Breaking that down by period. 10-4 Utah in the first. 7-5 Utah in the second. Great period of hockey between both teams. Utah able to tie this one up, and both teams giving it everything they got. An excellent game so far. See how this ends in the third, or if we need extra time. That's a problem for then. As of now, Utah 1, Vancouver 1. Listening to Utah Vancouver on Utah 801 Utah Hockey Radio. See you back in about 15 for the third. Welcome back as we're ready to start the third period, tied up at 1. Some stats before we head into the third. Shots sitting 17-10 in favor of Vancouver. Broken down, that's 10-4 in the first Utah, 7-6 Utah in the second. Faceoffs 22-12 in favor of Utah. Utah 0 for 1 on the power play, Vancouver 1 for 1. Hits 28-17 in favor of Vancouver, and block shots 19-12 in favor of Vancouver. Running the math during the intermission there, this third is extremely important for Utah. With St. Louis currently up 5-1 against Anaheim, and the unlikelihood they lose that game, that's 2 points for St. Louis tonight. If Vancouver wins this in regulation, they move to 75 points in the top wildcard spot. St. Louis to 73, Calgary with 71, and Utah with 69, 6 points out. They cannot afford to lose this game in regulation. Run some of the other numbers later. Opening draw, one back by Utah. Marino back behind his own net. Joshua with some great pressure to force Utah to move this one a little quicker than they'd like. Sergachev cutting up out of his own zone. He'll move right side. Chipping this one to the right corner for Hronik to grab. Bad pass there. Schmaltz trying to center a feed there for Kerfoot. Can't find it. Be knocked in by Utah just for a second. Cleared out by Vancouver. Lankanen, he'll let this one roll to the left side corner for Hronik. He'll leave this one back for Hughes. Right back to Hronik. Out of his own zone. Long pass across to DeBrus. He'll cut in left side. Puck goes a little further than he'd like. Not able to get to it first behind his own net. Chipped up to Gunther. He moves up with speed through the left side. Cuts the slot. Drops this one back for Hayton. Shot at Lankanen. That one saved away. Too many names rolling through. Vancouver will clear this one back down to the Utah blue line. Gunther will put this one right back in right side. Cooley racing for it, though he's got Pettersson to deal with. Tied up in the right side corner. Hayton coming in to help. He'll break it free just for a second. Vancouver able to move back up the other way with it. Pettersson cutting through neutral ice. Cooley pressuring him off the puck. That one will be a call on Utah there, a holding on Cooley, which is fair. That was a little much from him. So Vancouver back to the power play. They scored their first one on it. We'll see if they can do it again. Cooley, 2 minutes to the box for holding against Pettersson. Have to see on the replay here. But yeah, that looked extremely like holding. Great back check from him. Oh yeah, that was very much holding. Cooley disagrees, but the replay shows otherwise. Great back check from him, though, to go all the way from that right corner of the Utah end to catch him as he's entering the Utah end. Left side draw in the Utah zone, one back by Utah. Sergachev behind his own net will look to clear, batted down by Vancouver. Utah wants a high stick there, won't find it. Hughes in his own zone, he'll leave this one back for Garland. Circling around with it, gives it right back to Hughes. Chipped up by Pettersson, will end up back behind the Utah net. Sergachev will get to it first, looking to clear this one out. Will be swatted at by Utah on the second attempt there, and all the way back down it goes. 18-15 left in the third now. Hughes back in his own end. Back for Pettersson. Dump back for Garland now. A minute 20 left in the Vancouver power play. Chipped in on net. Vejmelka able to push this one back behind his own net. Down the line for Garland. Now Hughes with it. Chips this one up the wall for Pettersson. Trying to get it back to Hughes. Not able to. Push it a little further for Garland. Back to Pettersson. Back to Hughes. Back to Pettersson as he moves down in that left side point slot. Garland deep with it. Back down to Pettersson. Winds one up. Misses the net entirely. No rebound there for Vancouver, but kept in the zone. 45 seconds left in the Vancouver power play. Garland deep that left side with it. Moves back down to Pettersson. Back to Garland along the left side boards. Looking for a centering feed or anything. Back down to Hughes. Pettersson now along the right side point. Deep is Besser with it along the right side. Back to Hughes in the slot. Back to Besser right side. Waits for a shot deep there. Digging away at it. Saved away by Vejmelka. The shot there by DeBrusque. 15 seconds now. A shot from Besser. That one chips wide. Or Garland. That one chips wide. Tied up along the left side boards. Utah just trying to kill enough time. DeBrusque will break this one free, trying to cut in front with it. Won't be able to. Force the right side instead. Poked back down the line. Hughes, that penalty killed off. Shot blocked there by Utah. Garland will throw into the net right into the glove of Vejmelka. He'll hold. 16:38 left in the third. Shot sitting 18-11 in favor of Utah. As I was mentioning at the beginning of the period, some of the other numbers points-wise, in the event Utah wins this game, looks a lot better for them. If St. Louis doesn't blow a 4-goal lead to Anaheim, I believe they take top wild card. Regardless, them or Vancouver takes it tied at 73, then Calgary and Utah tied at 71. Much better situation. Just points-wise, if Utah loses this in regulation, I think their playoff chances are over. Right side draw in the Utah zone, one back behind the net. Trying to clear this one up. Höglander can't quite glove that one down. Instead, Carcone will poke that one away. Ultimately, the Karamaki will get this one over to Amon. Will get it in right side corner. Sergachev racing for it. He's got Dursey to help him and clear this one around the left side boards for Bukestad. Kept in by O'Connor. Utah back in control. Launching this one all the way down. No icing there as it bounces off the back and hits the stick there of Lankinen. Carcone in the left side corner finds Stenlund at the left side dot. That one poke checked away by Amon. Great effort there. No high stick. Play keeps going. Amon back behind his own net. Couple passes. Now Forbert with it. Cuts over the center ice line. Takes a bounce from the corner right to Vejmelka. He'll hold for the save. 15:46 now left in the third. And additionally, some of the other numbers, in the event Vancouver wins in overtime or a shootout, then Utah's only back 5 points, so that's still not great. The best case scenario of Utah's going to, or no, actually, the best worst case scenario is Utah winning this in overtime. Then they're only 4 points back, which is still not good, but yeah, looking at the numbers, they cannot afford to lose this one. Which, the way they've been playing so far in the third, I think they know it. And playing with a lot more intensity. Vancouver matching it very well. Left side draw in the Utah end. Schmaltz, Joshua on the draw, but we'll drop this one a third time. See if anybody's kicked from the dot. Doesn't look like it, so still Schmaltz and Joshua. Finally, this puck drop. That one hits the left side boards. Cole is able to pick that one up, and Utah up the other way. It's Keller. Cutting into the middle, he'll drop this one back to Kessling, back to Keller, and backhand. That one goes up over the net. Kerfoot not able to keep that one in, but Sergachev will. Bad pass by him as he tries to keep that one in the zone. Vancouver will dump it into the Utah end. Vejmelka will get to it first, gives this one to Kessling in the corner. Bad takeaway by Joshua, though, trying to wrap around with it. Too much pressure on him, though, and he'll lose the puck to Utah. Schmaltz gets this one in left side corner, or gets this one in along the left side boards, ends up right side corner. Schmaltz looking for one in front. That one bounces wide. Dursey trying to find Kerfoot behind the net. Takes a bounce to Schmaltz in the left side corner. Mancini not able to poke him off the puck. Kept in line by Mata. Quick shot there by Cooley. He'll throw that one in. A shot from the point. And I already forgot the goalie's name again. Not all night. Lankinen. That's who I'm looking for. Makes the initial save. It bounces over to Cooley, all open along the left side boards or right side boards, and just puts that one in for Utah to take the 2-1 lead. We'll see on the replay here where exactly that bounced from. Gets dumped into the right side corner, makes its way around. Thrown in front, ends up back around. Kerfoot, he pushes it to Schmaltz in the left side corner. Moves this one back down the line. Here we go. Schmaltz, he'll take the shot from the slot. And then, yeah, just bounces to the right side. Cooley, the only one there. 14:52. Utah has the lead. We'll see if they can hold out just long enough. Cooley is 18th of the season. Schmaltz and Mata with the assists. They're 36th and 14th, respectively. That opening draw one back by Vancouver. Pettersson, he'll dump this one in. Vejmelka with a not great play there. Vancouver will keep this one in the zone. Shot from the right side point. That one bounces wide. Melka tries to clear it out of the zone, but he pushes it to the right side corner instead, where I believe Pedersen was all alone, able to keep the play going. Regardless, Hughes back in his own zone now. Looking to move this one up the boards to Höglander. Stopped right at the Utah line. Will be pushed back to him just for a second, though. Doan's still digging away at it. He'll poke this one up to McBain. He'll dump deep. Hronik able to get to it first. Utah goes for a change. 14 minutes left in the third. Shots sitting 19-11 in favor of Utah. Hughes poked out from behind the net by Gunther. Now up to Suter. Dropped back for Besser, I believe. Or for Garland. Takes a shot. Is Hughes. That one doesn't even reach Vejmelka. Back down to Hughes of the line. Snaps one quickly. And Vejmelka, he'll hold for the save. 13:46 left in the third. Cooley open on the right side. Makes it a 2-1 game for Utah. We'll see if they can hold out for just a bit longer, or Vancouver can rally back, force OT. Utah up 2-1. You're listening to Utah, Vancouver on Utah 801 Utah Hockey Radio. Be back after the short commercial break. $13:46 left to play in the third. Utah up 2-1. Yeah, watching the replay again on that goal, just I don't even think it hits Lankinen. It might take an unlucky bounce off one of the Vancouver players in front. Yeah, because there's no way with the angle that was shot at that would bounce like that. No, it didn't even reach Lankinen. I believe that hit Bluger and then bounced right to Cooley. Regardless, Utah back up the other way. It's Gunther up the right side. Hronik looking to clear it out. Won't be able to. Kept in deep by Utah. Hronik could get it right back, though, along the right side boards, and out they go. It's Garland with it. Quick pass across to Hughes. He'll dump this one in the right side corner. Model will get to it first, trying to poke it around to Dursey. Unable to. Joshua will steal this one away. Looking for a quick little wraparound there. Vejmelka had it just for a second. Had it, lost it, then picked it right back up. He'll hold for the save. 13:17 now left in the third. 19-13 in terms of shots. That is tied at 2 so far in the second. Looking at some of the other stats quickly. As to be expected, hits 32-17 in favor of Vancouver. Utah just not a physical team, which, I mean, clearly it works for him at times, but I feel a little more physicality could work for him. But, I mean, the style of the hockey they play is not a physical one, but, what are you going to do? You got O'Brien and Carconi to throw the majority of hits, I guess, and I figured that was enough. Left side draw in the Utah zone will be Stenlund and Bluger on the draw. Eventually. There we go. Stenlund will win this one to the left side board. Sergachev tied up. Can't quite get it out of the zone. Will be wrapped around to the right side corner by Bluger. Carconi will get to it first, trying to push down the right side boards. Instead, it'll be kept in by Vancouver. Trying to throw it into the slot, unable to. It's Carconi back up the other way with speed. Bukestad trying to get to it first. Carconi will reach it in the right side corner. Went to leave it. Mancini pins him up against the board, so he can't do much with it. Cleared back out to neutral ice. Marino will get to it first. Gets this one around to Sergachev. Launched up through neutral ice. Takes a weird bounce there and back down to the Utah, and it goes for Stenlund. Or not for Stenlund, for Sherwood. Tied up in the right or in the left side corner. I think Vancouver wanted a penalty on that one. Have to settle for an icing there on Utah. Leave the hit on Stenlin in the corner, or Stenlin's hit or fall or whatever it was in the corner. They wanted something there, but they won't get it. 12:34 left in the third now. See if Vancouver can capitalize on this icing call here. Stenlin, Pedersen, left side draw, Utah zone. Push the left side boards, now bounce to Hronek. Big shot from Hughes, that one right to the glove of Vejmelka. He'll hold for the save. You can tell they're just trying to feed Hughes. In fairness, he was open right side defender on that one, had the whole slot to shoot from. But if they can feed Hughes something and just have him move that puck deep, maybe look for a rebound in front, that might be exactly what they need to tie this one up. See if they can do it again. Left side draw, Utah zone. Once we cut away from Vejmelka, there we go. Pedersen, Stenlin again. This time one back to the left side corner. Or Schmaltz, not Stenlin on the draw there. Here's Keller moving this one out to the right side. That one blown dead there. Not sure if that hit the bench as that was trying to be swung around, or if that was just an offsides or what. We'll see in a second here, depending on where the puck ends up. No penalty on the play. That's the important part. Face-off is, whenever we cut away, left side draw in the Utah end, so that was just an icing on Utah. Keller cutting up with it now, gets this one up to Schmaltz. Pass goes a little wide. It'll be picked up by Hughes, trying to move this one back into Joshua. That one picked away by Keller. Circling back behind his own net. Dump this one to Dursey in the left side corner of the Utah end. He'll clear this one all the way down, racing for it, and they will call the icing. That one extremely close between Kerfoot and Hronek, but ends up an icing on Utah all the same. You got to think here if you're Vancouver, you're just hoping, much like the first time we did this face-off, if they can win this one back and have Hughes fire another one from the line. Now the Utah players are double tired. This is, I think, the fourth icing over these last few seconds. It's at least two, maybe three. Feels like four at least. Schmaltz, Pedersen, left side draw in the Utah end, because that's the only one we take faceoffs in, apparently. Tied up the dot, squeaks free, but Dursey able to get to it first. He'll move this one out of the zone. Waits to get over the red line this time. No icing. Ended up on Lankinen anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. Hughes back in his own end, trying to cut up with it. Now Pedersen, pass hits his skate, so he's forced to dump this one into the left side corner. Vejmelka, he'll hold behind his own net. Launching this one along the left side boards. Doan trying to grab it, just bounces a little far. Hughes will dump it back to Hronek in his own end. 11.5 left in the third now. Doan will squeak this one free and back into the Vancouver end it goes. Krause, quick shot from the right side point. And that one gloved down by Vejmelka. Nope, that's the wrong goalie. Lankinen. 11:25 left in the third now. Shot sitting 20-14 in favor of Utah. About halfway done in the third. A tight contest in this third. It's been a great game overall. This third has been extremely great. Right side draw in the Vancouver end. Bluger and somebody. The ref's in the way. It'll be Hayton. There it is. Nope, won't. He's kicked out of the dot. It'll be Cooley and Bluger on the draw. Tied up the dot. Vancouver will poke this one back to Marcus Pedersen. He'll dump it behind the Vancouver net for Myers. Back to Marcus Pedersen. Long pass up the right side. This one rings around, but Melko looks slow, not able to. Schmaltz looking to clear. It'll take a couple bounces and finally ends up to Cooley. He races up. He's got Gunther with him. Quick pass across to him. Chips this one to the net. That one saved away by Lankinen, and he'll hold. Great effort there by Gunther. Doesn't get too much of that puck, but still enough to throw that one at the net. Seen Lankinen a little shaky at times, so just throw anything. Yeah, just that pass right from Cooley, and he just swings at it. It's on net at least, so, good shot from him. Actually, great job to get that pass through. Cooley, great job to get that pass through, considering both Utah players had Vancouver covering them. So it just finds the right seam to get it through him. Gunther gets enough of that shot on, but still saved away by Lankinen. Right side draw, Vancouver end. McBain trying to win this one into the slot there. Ultimately, O'Connor will move this one out of the zone. Tries to push this one into the right side. Kessering will barely get this one cleared out. Lekaramaki will have control. Now back to Forbert in the Canucks end. Long pass up to O'Connor. He'll push this one in right side of the Utah end. Cole will get to it, or McBain will get to it first, chipping this one up into the Vancouver right side corner. Left side now. Vancouver trying to move this one out, but Utah doing a great job of holding him down in neutral ice. That one and icing on Utah as they just try and clear this one out of neutral ice as quickly as possible, barely over the red line there. 10:27 left in the third. Vancouver has had plenty of chances so far in this third. This Utah defense holding them down great. This is, now that the defense is actually healthy for Utah, seeing them play like this is phenomenal, especially having seen the beginning of the season where it was a struggle at times. This is nice to see. Left side draw on the Utah end again, one back by Utah. Cut out right side with it, dumping it into the Vancouver end. Not on net, but no icing on the play there. Hughes cutting out of the zone with it. Up over the ice, we'll give this one across to Garland. Cutting up the left side boards, force the left side corner with it. Trying to get a pass back to him as Utah almost clears that one out. Don't worry, Vancouver will do it themselves, trying to push this one back down the line for Hughes. He'll take some strides and back down to the Vancouver net they go. Less than 10, 9:50 left to go in the third now. DeBrusk cuts over the red line, gets into the middle. He's got Besser with him. Tries to get it to him in the left side corner. This one ultimately taken away by Utah. Kerfoot back up the other way. Quick little pass to Marino. Will get it right back to him. Doesn't have too much control of it. Besser racing for it, but Sergachev able to cut him off before he gets too much control. Quick pass up to Schmaltz. Doesn't have too much. Keller will pick it up instead. Tied up in front of the Utah bench is Besser. I think caught a high stick there, so he's down on the ice. Just grabbing at his face before he fell down, so guess we'll see on after they come back from commercial, because I have a feeling that's going to be a penalty on Utah. Unless they saw something that I didn't, which is reasonable, not unlikely. Regardless, Utah still up 2-1, about 9:17 left to play in the third. Vancouver just needs one. Listening to Utah Vancouver on Utah 801 Utah Hockey Radio. Be back after the short commercial break. $9:17 left in the third. Doesn't look like anything came out of that Besser incident. We'll see on the replay here. Oh, yeah, nothing's going to come out of that. The high sticking was from Besser shoving Keller down, and then in him falling, swung his arm, and that stick ended up hitting Besser. So nothing there for either team. Actually, scratch that. Nope, scratch that. Keller will be going to the box. Of course, the app's behind. Costly penalty for Utah. Keller taking a 4-minute minor for high sticking against Besser. So Vancouver, this is the opportunity they've been looking for. 9:17 to play, and they're on the power play for almost half of that. Be critical. The Utah penalty kill holds down. They've been playing good most all season, so they just need 4 more minutes of it. Killed off 7-4, ain't nothing. Left side draw, Utah zone will be Stenlund Pedersen tied up at the dot. Vancouver looking to poke this one back to the line. They will on the second attempt there. It's Hughes now with it, moving to the right side point. Back now to Pedersen, left side. Trying to get this one deep around to Garland, back down to Besser, or back down to Pedersen. Garland circling that left side dot, back to Pedersen. Now Hughes, right side. Garland fakes the shot, takes a second attempt there, hits the stick and goes wide. Right to Hughes, though. Garland, left side with it again, loses the puck along the boards. Back to Suter. He'll give it up to Hughes, and Utah able to take this one away. They'll hold at the line just to kill some time. They'll dump it all the way to the left-hand corner. 3:15 left in the 4-minute penalty on Utah. 8.5 left in the third. Drop back for Besser. Cutting up over the red line. Trying to get a pass across to Pedersen. He'll leave this one around for DeBrusk. Tied up along the right side boards. 3 minutes left in the Vancouver power play. Marino fighting for it. He'll get it in the left side corner, looking to clear this one all the way down, and he will. Hronik cuts up over the red line. He'll pull this one back. Bad pass from him, though. Kerfoot able to push this one right back into the Vancouver end. Looking for another shorthanded goal. I believe he's the only one on Utah with one this season. Regardless, Vancouver looking for another entry. Pedersen will find it. Or Lekaramaki will find it back to Myers in the slot. That one blockered away by Vamelka. Finds Sherwood in the corner. Couple passes back down to Myers. Left side point with it. Gets Lekaramaki deep. Besser now with it. Trying to move down the board, so he'll get this one dropped for Lekaramaki. Looking for one from an angle. We'll drop this back to Besser instead at the left side dot. Quick pass across to the right side. Shot right into the body of Vamelka. He'll hold for the save. 1:57 left on the Vancouver power play. 7:14 left in the third. Shots now setting 21-16 in favor of Utah. Let me check real quick. Should say on the box score. Saying on the NHL app, Sergachev does have one shot on goal. So if you need another one, then I'll keep an eye out. But otherwise, app saying he's already got one. Regardless, probably won't be out there at least taking shots for a minute still. Minute 56. Right side draw this time in the Utah end. Sergachev will clear this one all the way back down. Will end up in the right side corner. Anytime. Vancouver looking for an entry. They'll get in left side. Hughes kind of tripped up over the blue line. Nothing called there. Utah able to clear this one all the way back down to the Vancouver end. Lankinen, he'll leave this one for Pedersen. 1.5 on the power play now. Looking for a pass across, taken away by Kerfoot. He'll cut up with it. 2-on-1 if he acts quickly. Be a 3-on-2 now. Kerfoot just dancing all through the Vancouver end. Looks for one from an angle. That one just bounces wide. Besser, he'll poke this one around for Hughes. Pedersen back with it. He'll get up over the line, slows at the right side point, trying to move up the right side boards with it. Get this one deep. Poke back down to the line for Hughes. Back down to Pedersen right side with it. Hughes back to Pedersen. Doesn't take the shot. 45 seconds left. Pass across to Besser. Back to Hughes. Barely keeps that one in the zone. Besser, long pass across Pedersen. Takes a bounce. He'll keep control of it, though. Pedersen moving up right into the glove hand of Vamelka. He'll hold for the save. 5:51 left in the third now. 34 seconds on the Utah power play. Or not on the Utah power play. On the Vancouver power play. Be a sad power play for Utah. Vancouver doing everything they need to. They're doing everything right during this stretch here. Just Utah penalty kill. Been good all season. Able to clear it out when they need. See if they can hold on for another 34 seconds. Right side draw in the Utah end. Suter and Kerfoot looks like on the draw. Yes, it will be. Get this one finally dropped. It'll end up to the right side corner. Cole not able to grab it. Will end up along the left side boards. Vancouver forced to, trying to dump it around, but instead will take a bounce. And Utah able to clear this one all the way down. Not as far as they'd like, only ends up at the Vancouver blue line. He was able to pick it up, moving in with speed. Drops this one, drops this one across to Sherwood. That one looking for a bounce by not Bukestad, by DeBrusque. That one goes wide. Takes a bounce all the way back down to the Vancouver end. Cooley kind of catches Hughes slowing down there. Not to blame him. He's been out there for a hot minute. And that one will be killed off by Utah. Play blown dead there. I believe it was just an offsides or hit the corner there. 5:16 left to go in the third. I believe we head to commercial one final time. Utah successfully kills off that 4-minute power play. Crucial to do that to keep this a 2-1 game for them. See if they can hold out for another 5 minutes. Listening to Utah Vancouver on Utah 801 Utah Hockey Radio. Be back after the short commercial break. .516 left in the third. A quick addendum to Cooley's goal. Assists now sitting as Dersey and Schmaltz, their 4th and 36th, respectively. Shots now sitting as well, 21-18 in favor of Vancouver. Looking at the third specifically, 8-4 Vancouver, which makes sense. 4-minute power play will do that. Blues score also currently sitting 6-2, so that one squarely put away for them. Was a right side draw outside the Utah zone, one back by him. Dersey trying to move this one up through neutral ice, ultimately pushed right back in by Vancouver. Garland not able to grab it. Suter won't be able to reach out either. Utah will clear this one all the way down. And that one, no icing on that one. Vancouver back in their own end. Utah doing a great job. Schmaltz pressuring them along the right side boards. He'll pick this one up. Back to Keller in front, trying to feed Hayton there. Just that pass goes a little wide. Dersey back in the corner for Schmaltz now, down to the line. That one bounces out of the zone, but Utah in control. Marino, the one with it, looking for a quick re-entry here. Keller, he'll move this one back into the Utah end as he goes for a change. Wrapped around the left side boards for Dersey. He'll move this one out quickly. Hayden trying to chip it up. He'll find Cooley deep with it. Throws this one to the net. That one saved. Not able to hold down that save. At the same time, Gunther swinging for the rebound. Misses that one as well. Dumped in. Sergachev able to get to it first. He'll clear this one all the way down to the Vancouver blue line. Forbort, he'll dump this one to the corner for, I believe, Marcus Pettersson. DeBrusque now with it. Throws this one in the net. Vejmelka able to just save that one to the side. Utah looking to clear. It'll take a bounce all the way down to the Vancouver line. Doesn't have the legs for an icing, though. Forbort back behind the Vancouver net. He'll drop this one back for Hughes. 3:44 left in the third now. Up to Bluger. He'll chip this one in along the left side boards. Vejmelka behind the net. He'll leave this one for Cole. Utah able to clear this one Down along the right side boards. Finds all the way down to the to the Vancouver line, and that one will be an icing. 3.5 exactly left in the third. You got to wonder, how early do they think about pulling Lankinen? This has been a close game. They've been playing better in the third. I mean, 3.5, I feel how tight this has been. That's way too early, but you got to think about it. You're running out of time at this point. Though with the icing call here, you have the offensive zone face-off. Anything's possible. Left side draw, Utah zone. Tied up the dot. Utah able to come away with it. Not able to clear it out on the first attempt. They will on the second, though. Doan with it. Pass into the middle for Dursey. Doesn't have too much control of it. He'll dump back to neutral ice for McBain to push around behind the Vancouver net. Lankinen, he'll leave this one for Hughes. Chipping this one up the boards to Garland. Kerfoot with some great pressure. Suter not able to come away with it. Instead, Krause will. Utah back down in their own zone. Chipped up to Kerfoot. Doesn't have too much control of it. He'll grab it on the right side corner, kind of chipping it to himself there. Keller left side with it. Cutting away, looking to get in front. Instead, he'll move right side corner. Back down to the line for Marino, I believe. Or for Mata, the one there. Take a bounce to the right side corner. He was able to come away with it, looking to clear this one out to neutral ice, and he will. All the way back down to the Utah end, no icing. 2:38 now left in the third. Utah chipped out to neutral ice. Vancouver with control, though. It'll be Marcus Pettersson. I'll ring this one in along the left side boards. Will end up right side corner. Cooley able to push it to Mata. Looking to chip this one out along the right side boards. Takes a bounce. Marcus Pettersson will get to it first. No icing. Hayton with pressure, though. Myers able to help him out there. He'll dump this one all the way to neutral ice for Utah to grab. It's Sergachev. He'll dump this one around. It'll end up left side corner. McBain able to find Gunther. Deep with it. 2 minutes left in the third now. Cooley able to come in and help. Pettersson able to pick this one away from behind the net, though. Trying to push out with it. Great pressure there from Gunther. Didn't quite see the numbers on that one. Marcus Pettersson. He'll double this one back to the Vancouver end. Marcus Pettersson still just circling the zone. 1:40. You got to think, are they pulling? No, looks like Lankinen's still in the net. Bluger, he'll chip this one in. Will end up behind the Utah net. Good for that. Good for Vancouver as this one immediately pushed right back out to neutral. Hughes looking for a quick one. Hits the stick of Lekaramaki, but he's not able to hold this one down. Hughes back in his own zone. Lankinen still in the net. 1:15. See if Vancouver can get anything going on the rush here. It's DeBrusque. He'll chip this one into the right side corner. Model will look to get to it first. Trying to cut out in front with it. Nobody has control. Push back down the line. Quick pass across. Empty net for Vancouver. Thrown to the net. That one bounces just wide. Cleared all the way down by Utah. That misses the net, though. So that one will be an icing for them. Or no, it won't. Actually, that one knocked out by Vancouver, it seems. Hughes back up the other way. 5 seconds now. Trying to get this one around is Garland. Will be pushed to the left side boards. 39 seconds. A shot thrown to the net. That one goes wide. Hronek trying to get this one back down to the line. Schmaltz will take this one away. Keller throws this one to the net, and he'll find the back. 29.9 Utah with the empty net goal, sealing this one and keeping their playoff hopes alive. Got to respect Vancouver on that one, just waiting as long as they could to keep Lankinen out of the net. But ultimately, Utah doing the thing they do best and just clearing it out over these last few minutes. Schmaltz able to pick this one off the boards, finds Keller right in the middle of the ice and right into the back of the net. Keller, his 24th of the season. Schmaltz, his second assist of the night. Yes, it is. His 37th of the year. Does Vancouver still have the empty net, or is the score bug drunk as always? My money's on the latter. Yep. Clock reset to 31 exactly. So Vancouver likely out of it, but not impossible. Tied up at the dot. Vancouver will look to push this one in along the left side boards. Melka, he'll hold this one, then pushing it along the left side boards. It'll end up to Forbert. Both teams zigging away at it. 20 seconds now. Hayton will grab it. Chipping this one around to Sergachev. Amon not able to grab this one. Gunther will look to clear, kept in by Vancouver, thrown to the net, blocked away by Vamilka, and hits the netting. Play blown dead with 7.4 left. If we could just drop this and get this one finished up, at least it's an earlier start, at least over here on the West Coast. Better than the 8 o'clock one that was the other night. Shots currently sitting and should finish at 23-19 in favor of Utah. Just a much better period from Vancouver during the third. Just couldn't get it. Just couldn't finish it out. It was a right side draw, one back by Utah. 2 seconds, and that'll be the end of the game. Utah keeping their playoff hopes alive, getting a critical 2 points against Vancouver. Just a great game overall between both teams. Utah starting on time for once. Good back and forth. Tons of shots and hits. What more could you say? Final shots, 23-19 in favor of Utah. Breaking that down, 10-4 in the first for Utah, 7-6 Utah in the second, and 9-6 Vancouver in the third. Next game for Utah to round out this Pacific road trip will be Tuesday, March 8th in Edmonton. Following that, they're back home on Thursday to take on Buffalo. Let's see here with the Ducks. Ducks now winning 7-2. So, or not Ducks winning 7-2. St. Louis winning 7-2 against the Ducks. See when the next time Calgary plays, which will be tomorrow, 5:30 against Toronto. So the West Wild Card chase, still as crazy as always. This one's going to come down to the end. Thank you, everybody, for listening. It's way more than usual, so always great to see. Hope everybody enjoyed it. As for me, I've been Taryn Holmes. This is Utah 801 Utah Hockey Radio. Have yourself a happy St. Patrick's Day. Stay safe. And have yourself a good rest of the night.